Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me start by expressing my appreciation to the Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, for the invitation to participate in the public presentation of this very important book. I want to thank him also for his industry, his vision and efforts that went into producing this book for all our collective benefit. Unlike Professor Samuel, who I have not had the privilege to have a sneak preview into the book, but knowing what I know of Professor Suleiman, who I've worked with closely for some time now, I bet this is definitely or must be a compelling read. We have in the past year witnessed in Nigeria and across the world a global pandemic that has altered our lives in fundamental ways. The way we do business, the way we manage the affairs of government, the nature of our interactions with family and friends, all these things have been affected, perhaps permanently. For the most part, we do not yet fully understand the consequences of these developments. In the best traditions of academia, Professor Suleiman and his team at the Institute have sought with this book to give meaning to our collective experiences so that we can better understand ourselves and the world around us. They have used the instruments of research, data analysis, to help us understand the changes that have happened and are still happening all around us. This compendium will guide policy making to ensure that we are better prepared for the next time. And there will be a next time, unfortunately, as night follows day. The interconnectedness of global trade and our increased ability to traverse the world for leisure and enterprise guarantees that diseases that start in one part of the world cannot for too long be isolated in that one part of the world. This is our new reality, and we need to plan government in recognition of this reality. We also have the opportunity at this moment to rethink our approach to nation building and politics, commerce and economics, and the terms of our engagement with the rest of the world. One of the benefits of having survived the global pandemic is that we are freed to decide to redesign things to better reflect our best expectations and to meet the highest ambitions we have of ourselves. The National Assembly has been proactive in taking steps from the time of the outbreak of Covid-19. We made bold moves. I remember vividly there was the infectious disease bill, which we dusted, and which right now is making its way through the labyrinth of legislative process. The infectious disease bill, perhaps at one time last year, was perhaps the most important bill in Nigeria, or most popular or famous, or whatever word you want to use in Nigeria. I don't know, maybe it was simply because it was sponsored by my good self. But I remember the controversy that surrounded that bill. It was part of the redesigning of our legislative instruments to better serve the country in the face of a pandemic that was unknown in the history of mankind. That's why it was called the new COVID. That's why it was called the new COVID-19. It was novel. It was unknown. We had to think outside the box and begin to re-engineer our statutes and our laws. And move from archaic quarantine laws that we had to more modern day law that would reflect the times and the moments. There have been other interventionist legislative or legislations by the House and the Senate, which moved rapidly, and many of the things that we did, the executive also did by way of policy. And overtook what we were doing. The point was that we were on the same page with the executive in trying to preempt what was an impending disaster. I will leave the Senate President, hopefully he will touch on some of these interventions and activities of the National Assembly. We have a lot of work to do for our country, and in the months ahead, we have to ask and answer a lot of hard questions about where we go from here. Thanks to Professor Abubakar Suleiman and his team from the National Institute of Legislative and Democratic Studies, we have one more useful tool to guide our work and support our best efforts. I congratulate him and I salute their effort. I look forward to populating and stacking my library, as well as those of friends and colleagues, with as many copies of this book as will be made available. And I am honored to be here today to participate in this public presentation. I thank all of you who are here with us, with me. May God bless and keep you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic.
I call for yet a bigger atmosphere.